Alright, this video is way overdue. I think my website went live 18 days ago, and I'm just getting around to making this video. So, welcome to Baki's Basement. Over here, I build computers. I build computers for friends and family. I build computers for random people. I build computers for money, and I also build computers for free sometimes. In this video, I'm just gonna talk about some of the experiences that I had when I first built my PC as a teenager, and I'll also explain some of the bad experiences that I can save you by helping you when you're building your first PC. Okay, so the first problem I faced is not understanding what role each component plays in your system according to your needs. For example, at 15, my need was a gaming computer, so I should be looking towards a dedicated GPU. But at the time, I had no idea about dedicated GPU. All I knew was I get the best of the best CPU, Intel CPU. Nonetheless, I had no idea about AMD. So best of the best Intel CPU, pair it with the most cool looking motherboard that you can find, and no clue about RAM, no clue about power supply, no clue about anything else. So that was my understanding. Fortunately, my dad didn't allow me to buy a computer at 15, so I got saved from that. Okay, so fast forward to 17, and I finally got to build my first computer, and that's where my soap opera started. Basically, what I experienced at 17 is probably the reason I'm still into building computers. I'm still into helping people build their own computers. You guys will know what I mean by the end of this video. So the first problem I faced at 17 is fake shortage of. So there's real shortage when a good product launches, and then there's year-round fake shortage for whatever reason. You gotta know the difference between the two. And so my experience at 17 is I went to a shop, I knew exactly what I wanted. I had the right CPU, the right GPU, the right motherboard, right everything. I even knew about power supply at that age. So I had everything set, but when I went to the shop, they were saying, oh, the CPU is not available, Ryzen 5 3600. Oh, you can just take the Ryzen 5 3600X and we're gonna charge you $50 more. Obviously, I walked out of that. Rest of the day, next day, called me and they said they managed one piece Ryzen 5 6600 just for me from a different branch, blah, blah, blah. Basically, what had happened was they tried to upsell me on a CPU that I didn't need. And when they made sure that I'm not going to put up the money, they basically called me back for the exact CPU that I wanted. So that's something you face. If you're from a first world country, you're not going to face this kind of shady behavior. Probably, I'm saying probably because I have friends overseas in America and also in Europe who also go through similar stuff, not exact, but similar stuff. That's just one example of time-wasting, shitty behavior from actual PC parts shops. There probably I can name like 100 off the top of my head, but the video is going to be like an hour long and nobody's watching 1 hour of me rambling. So let's shift to the used parts. Also, for context, my first computer was half new parts and half used parts. So the CPU, the motherboard, the RAM was new, the storage, the GPU, and the power supply was used. So here comes the used scam stuff. I found a really, really good deal on Facebook. I should have known from how good it is that it's probably too good to be true. But I was 17, what do I know? I was practically jumping at the thought of having a dedicated GPU. Nonetheless, a Sapphire RX 480, fucking national GPU at the time was NVIDIA's GTX 1060, and the RX 480 was just a bit shy of that. So I was getting a pretty good deal. I think it was like the RX 480 and a 850 watt gold power supply from Thermaltake, RGB nonetheless, and a hard drive that was 1 terabyte. So all of that for $80. So I went to the guy's place and he starts being shady from the start. He was saying, I don't have this on my PC, I don't have that on. Okay, so first of all, before everything, I noticed his PC was named Mining 2, right? So I asked him, did you use this computer for mining? And he laughed, like fake laugh. And he said, do you think we have enough electricity to make this viable? And I didn't know what to say, so I just stayed quiet. But basically, he was enforcing that he didn't mine on this GPU or this computer. Then he went on to show me that his GPU works, show me that everything works. But every time he fires up a game, it crashes. Every time he fires up a stress test, it crashes. And he's just in front of me going through browsers, downloading stuff, trying to show me that, oh, Visual CC from Microsoft is not installing. And he said it's a Windows thing, but the part is okay. You can try it, blah, blah, but I can't I can't really try it because nothing works on his fucking computer. And he thought because I was buying individual parts that I would have some knowledge of computers. I had no idea what the fuck he was doing. I didn't know Visual CC. I didn't know parts of like what software stuff actually makes a GPU work. I just went there with a fucking stress test and it wouldn't run. So then I had to decide, do I let this go or do I take it in the hopes that in my new PC with my new Windows is gonna work? And being the stupid, excited child that I was, I took it, and as expected, there was something wrong with it. So I took it back to the new PC shop where I was building my computer, and they're supposed to build it, like properly build it. They're not just selling parts. So bought the parts, then went upstairs to the person that builds my computer. That's a whole different story. I'm getting to it. Starts building my computer, very rough with it. IT people are kind of assholes. Everyone knows I'm probably an asshole, so I'm not complaining about that. And he works very hard, but working hard doesn't justify you like manhandling a kid's new dream computer. First, bad handling. Second, no fucking cable management. Third, not enabling the right settings on the BIOS. I realized it after like 1 year of using my computer. I didn't know XMP was disabled. I learned about it later. XMP was not enabled by the person building the PC, but no big deal. I fixed it later. After building it, like putting all the parts together, now comes to installing Windows. So after that, I got called behind the counter, basically into their workshop thingy, and they were showing me that my GPU is not taking drivers. They tried auto, they tried manual, they tried different drivers, they tried restarting everything that could be possible by them. They did it, and it wouldn't take drivers, and they couldn't tell me why. But it was a used part, so I can't blame them, right? And my dad was pretty furious that he just asked, can he use his computer for schoolwork, so Microsoft Word and stuff like that. So the guy told my dad that yes, he can do his schoolwork because it's not taking drivers, it's Microsoft Basic display driver, but it's gonna be fine for just typing and stuff like that. So there you go, my first computer. Didn't even use it for 1 second. Didn't even get it out of the fucking shop that I was building it in, and I already knew that I'm not gonna be able to game because I just got fucking scammed. So I packed it all up, I carried it to the train station. I traveled like 400 kilometers back to my house, acting happy in front of my dad because he just paid $60,000 in my money. That's like $600, but $60,000. So I get home and my sister's excited and I don't want to ruin her excitement. So I'm like acting excited while I deep down know that I got scammed and I'm hiding it from her and my dad. Plugged in the PC, didn't say a thing. She was like asking when can she play games. I was just lying that saying I need to set it up, blah, blah. Weeks passed and no progress. And it was probably like 2 weeks. And I randomly remembered that I saw the name on his PC, like mining PC 2. So that gave me the idea to like search something around mining. So I searched up mining GPU not taking drivers, and voila, there it was. I got to know about BIOS. No fucking clue what the fuck BIOS was. I didn't even know drivers like 2 weeks ago, and now I'm going into BIOS stuff. I read all the relevant Reddit posts. I read different articles from different blogs. I watched YouTube videos. I got to know about Tech Power Up and their softwares and their BIOS collection. And about a month later, I finally just decided to play the gamble. Either I'm gonna use this PC for how I imagined I'm gonna use it, like gaming, or I'm just not going to use it because there was a chance that I'm going to break this GPU, and that CPU I had didn't have any integrated graphics. So if I break the GPU, it's pretty much done. So I took the gamble. I flashed it with a proper BIOS for this particular GPU, and good luck. Yeah, it worked. It glitched sometimes. I actually had to try 2 different BIOS files, but fortunately I didn't break it. My heart rate was through the roof, but yeah. And then it took driver, and then I got to gaming. So happy ending, right? Nah, because I'm stupid. Somebody said that the reason my games take longer to load is because my hard drive is not spinning properly. Total bullshit, but I knew that hard drives were a spinning thing, so I thought, okay, he could be right. because I did buy this hard drive used, right? So there could be dirt inside it. And there I was, naive with my screwdriver, and I opened my fucking hard drive. Insane. To this day, I don't know what I was thinking. Opening a hard drive, right? But yeah, I did open it, and I was like, there's no dirt inside it. Because yeah, duh, it's fucking sealed. There's no way there's dirt getting into it. So I was like, okay, it's clean, so there's no issue. I put it back together, I plugged it in, and boom, my PC is just stuck on BIOS. It's not even like recognizing the hard drive. I don't know what I did. The stuff I did, just opening up the panel, is not supposed to kill the hard drive like that. It might not be able to read the data. It might not work, but there's no reason it shouldn't be like fucking recognized in the system. But yeah, there you go. After a month of dealing with GPU scams, I finally got my PC working, and within a week, I destroyed my hard drive. 2 months go by. I can't ask my dad for any more money, so I waited till it was like festival, so I got money from my relatives, and I bought my new hard drive. Couldn't buy a SSD. It was still pretty expensive, so couldn't afford it. Bought a hard drive, back to gaming. It didn't last like not even a week, because bad luck just follows me. Turns out, while the PC was not being used, something probably had happened, and now it just randomly shuts down. I did all the reading like before on Reddit and YouTube posts, and like people talking to people, just trying to guess what could be the reason. And I kept repeating to them that I didn't use the PC for 2 months, which was not the fucking cause. The cause was the power supply that I bought used. It had a warranty, but it was used. It had bad cable sleeves. So 2 of the cables had sleeves that were not completely covered. So those wires are touching and instantly just shutting off my computer. I didn't know that until I sent it back to the shop, right, for warranty. They called me back saying I don't have warranty on it. I'm saying the box says 10 years warranty. It's a Thermaltake 850 watt RGB power supply, gold certified. It's like 13,000 in my money. That's like $130. What do you mean you don't have warranty on it? And they're saying, oh, we only give one year warranty, blah, blah. So I called the seller. I didn't call the seller that I bought it from. I called the number that I had on the receipt that I got with the power supply that said that there was warranty. I called this seller's fucking buyer. I didn't know this power supply was sold twice. I was the third person to buy it. So the first guy who bought it from the shop, I got his number accidentally, called him, and he assured me that yes, there is warranty on the thing. Got back on the phone with the guys who were trying to deny me warranty, told them, gave them the proof that yes, there's warranty, and they're still not admitting to it, and they're saying, oh, okay, maybe not 10 years, maybe not 1 year, we have 3 years warranty, which is also wrong. The brand gives you warranty for 10 years. They're just being assholes. So they take time. They say, oh, we don't have the same model. Give us a week, give us 2 weeks, give us 3 weeks. It's a month. So I get a power supply. I get a call. I didn't get the power supply directly. I get a call from one of the guys asking me very politely, suspiciously politely, that, sir, would you accept a non-RGB GPU? Non-RGB power supply, because it's been like a month and a half and we are not able to provide you with the same model. While I'm watching their fucking website, that model is available. They're not giving it to me. And the shop is, as I said, 500 kilometers away from me in the capital city. And it's not like I'm not trying to go. I can't go. I can't travel without my dad. So I accepted, okay, no RGB, not a problem, send it to me. I get the power supply, and turns out it didn't die by itself. It took my GPU with it, and by the time I got the power supply back from the shop, we were already in mid or end COVID, and during the time, it was an actual shortage of good PC parts, especially GPU, so there was no way I was getting the exact same GPU, so I had to downgrade. I bought GT 730 just to have my computer running because I still had school, and I got scammed on that one. And then I went AMD R370 2 gigs. I got scammed on that, and then I just gave up on buying graphics card during the COVID situation. I instead bought a laptop because without a GPU, my computer wouldn't even work, and I still had school work. So for the money I would have to spend to proper GPU, just one part of computer, just a proper GPU, the same amount I paid to get a complete laptop, right? So 1 year goes by, the market settles, people are not charging as much for used power supply, use GPUs, but I already had spent all my money. My dad's pretty mad, and I'm like old at the time. So I was like what, 17, 18, 19, end of 19. So it's not like I can't easily ask money from my dad for computer parts. So I saved and I did some work, and I managed to downgrade even more. So the last GPU I got scammed on was R5 370, 2 gigs, and now I downgraded to R3 or R5 250, 1 gig GPU. But it was good enough to just keep my computer running. By the way, important detail about the last GPU I yapped about. I bought those online. I didn't check them myself physically. Got them. Turns out they're not working. Fan spins, but no display. Blah blah. It's basically broken. So the third GPU, I didn't trust to get it mailed. I went to the guy's house. He was friendly. Didn't try to scam me, and his price was fair. So that was my, I think, first good experience in buying used computer parts. Now I have solid proof of a computer part, a GPU that works 100%. I know it works because I myself checked it, stress tested it 30 minutes extensively, no issues at all. I take it back home, and now it turns out that my most expensive, quote unquote, reliable power supply is now working. The power supply literally just been sitting in its box. I didn't have a GPU. What the fuck did I do? 1 year, nothing, just sat in its box, and now it's dead. So now I have to go out again. I didn't even have any money, borrowed from friends, and I settled for a cheap Chinese power supply. It was good actually, just because it's Chinese doesn't mean it's bad, but it had like fake stuff on it, and it said 700 watts. No way in hell that power supply was going to deliver 700 watts of power reliably. But the GPU I got didn't even have an external like power line. It was just running off the 75 watts GPU gets from the motherboard. So I didn't need that expensive of a power supply. I settled for a Chinese one, and that's pretty much the end of my misery with my first computer. I could drag this video out probably for like 4 hours if I go into every detail just from my stories. And then if I go into my customers, my friends, the people that I know from Discord or Facebook, if I compile all of this, it's going to be a 10-hour video. So yeah, I can see it's already been 20 minutes. So most of you have probably clicked off, and now I'm only now I'm realizing I should have said this part at the front. I don't know why I didn't do it. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm still learning. But short answer to all of this, all of my soap opera is, well, short answer to why I built computer is I wish I had someone at that age to just help me not get scammed, to help me understand the whole process of computer building and the challenges that people face from other people, from shady people, from people trying to take advantage of you. And I didn't have that person, so now I'm just being that person to somebody else. That's pretty much it. I don't know what else to say. The video is over. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm sorry for what, dragging this video out to 20 minutes, but I had to get it out of my system. And do hire me. I need some money for university, and everything I can do for you is pretty much in this video. Elaborate details. Basically, you hire me. I make sure you're not getting the wrong parts. I make sure you understand what you need. Do you need a GPU? Do you need a CPU? Do you need more RAM or whatever it is specific to you? I make sure you're not being overcharged by shops, or you're not getting upsold on parts. I make sure you're getting all the parts that you ordered. Like, I didn't probably say it in the video, but I bought a case from Deepcool, and it's supposed to come with fans, but the shop didn't give me the fans, and they said, oh, the fans are separate, and they tried to sell me the fans for the exact same amount of money as the entire case, so double the money. I can save you from that, and I can test if the GPU is mining GPU. If you're buying used, I can deal with all the BIOS stuff, the driver stuff, anything software related that you need for your user case, whether it's gaming, whether it's streaming. I can take care of all of that. Plus, I just don't build new computers or new or used parts computers. I also fix it. So if you build a computer with me, and even if you didn't build a computer with me, you still can reach out to me and ask me for help if your computer is not computering. If something's wrong, if some parts needs to be replaced, if you're messed up some settings in BIOS or whatever, I can help you with it. Reach out to me, text me on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, Twitter, Reddit. I am baqisbasement on all social media. I also have the Gmail, baqisbasement@gmail.com. So just do reach out to me. We can talk prices, or if you're just in a bad situation, you just need help. Don't get turned away by the prices on my website. I sometimes do stuff for free, so do just reach out to me and I'll respond to you and we can go from there. Alright, that's it. The video is super fucking long. Pretty sure nobody's watching at the end. I'll edit it and put the important part to the front, or I'll just make like 20 TikToks out of it. But bye, take care, subscribe if you want to. I'm not putting daily videos on this channel. But yeah, subscribe would be nice. Visit my website, baqisbasement.com. Visit all my social media, Baki's Basement on all platforms. Follow me, give me some likes, give me some boost. Okay, take care. Bye.